All right, welcome back, sixth graders. So this is part 3. This is in-text citations. Um, so I want to walk you through what that actually is. An in-text citation is a place inside of your writing or inside of your paragraph that helps the reader know where you got the specific piece of information that you used in your work. And that piece of information can either be a paraphrase from notes that you found in that source, or it could be a direct quotation, exact words that you are taking from the author that you want to use as a powerful piece of evidence in your work. So that is what an in-text citation is. What it looks like is that I'm going to go ahead and show you, let's see, a piece of writing that might give you a little bit of an example of what it looks like. Let's see if it's back here. There it is. Okay, so within this text, there is, right here, are some information about themes of geography. And just by briefly looking, I can see there's a quotation mark here and a quotation mark here. So the author of this piece took a direct quote from a source, and I can tell where that source is because right here it gives me the information on where it's from. Okay, so that's what an in-text citation is. It's a part of what you decide as an author to stick in your writing to tell your audience where you got that piece of work from. And so I'm going to go ahead and go back to big mode here. And I used a really great resource called the Online Writing Lab, which is shortened as OWL or OWL. It comes from Purdue, which is a university. And so I took some pieces that were on their website to help you out. So it says here basic in-text citation rules. Okay, so in general, and what I just showed you was parenthetical citation. And so what that means is it's in parentheses. You cite in parentheses within your paragraph. General guidelines, whoa, sorry. Goodness. Here we are. Okay, general guidelines. The source information required in a parenthetical citation depends upon the source and then where it is on the bibliography page. This is really the key here. Any source of information that you provide in text needs to correspond to what you put on your works cited page. Okay, so here it is. The signal word or phrase you provide to the readers in text should be the first thing that appears on the left-hand margin of the corresponding entry of the works cited list. So that could be the title of an article. That could be an author's last name, but it should be the first thing that is located on the works cited list. Okay, and so in this, this gives you a little bit of style suggestions. You can work an in-text citation into your writing in a variety of ways. If you get the author's name in as a part of the sentence that you're using, it doesn't need to be in parentheses. So here it says, Wordsworth stated that romantic poetry was marked by a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Well, there's the direct quotation, and since I used the author's name, or since I didn't, but since the author of this used the author's name in their sentence, they didn't need to put it in the parentheses. They just put the page number that they found it in. Okay, I can tell right now this is from a print book because a print book is going to have a page number. Some of the articles that you've used and the websites you've used do not have a page number because they are online. So you're just going to have like the author's name or the title of the article that you used. Okay, another way you could have worked that in there was by taking out the author's name and just stating romantic poetry is characterized by the, quote, spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Then, in that case, you would need to say Wordsworth in there so that if I, as a reader, wanted to know where the author got this information, I could look at their works cited and see the source that it came from. Okay? So that's kind of what they start to look like once you're in the text. All right, here's something that's really important for us right now because, oh, and you're not going to see the very bottom of this, I'm sorry. Because most of what you used are going to be online articles. It does tell us here that you need to include the first item that appears on the works cited entry. So it could be the author's name, the article name, the website name, or the film name. You do not need to give a paragraph number or a page number because a lot of times that's going to be different based on how people view what you have. And then this last bullet point here that gets cut off says that you do not need to put the website URL in that in-text citation. It looks really awkward. So that piece needs to be saved for the actual works cited page. So if you absolutely have to use it, only put in a partial URL like cnn.com or the actual website. Do not put in the http://www dot. It looks really awkward in formal writing. Okay, I do want to go back to, let's see, my bibliography I used before to just point out to you, if I were to use this top book in text citation, I would need to use the author's last name because that is what appears first on the works cited page. If I were using my Culturegrams article to show my reader a point, I would use Germany in the parentheses within the context of my paragraph. If I use the Brain Pop video I referred to in the other part, I would use the word religion in parentheses within the text. Okay. Also, something good to know is that you always put a period after the parentheses. Let me go back to this so you can see what that might look like. So you're going to notice here the period comes after the parentheses at the end of the sentence, whether you have the author's name and a page number for a book or just the author's name. The period goes after the parentheses, and there does happen to be a space in between the word or the quote and what you write within the parentheses. I hope that helps out. I do want you to also realize that in the presentation that I shared with you, if you click on the link that is actually the title here, it will take you to the actual website I used to find this information, which is the online writing lab, and then the page that it goes straight to is MLA InText Citations, and you can read through all of the different types of resources. I only covered 2, but as a writer I would reference something like this when I am using in-text citations as well. It is not something that is necessary to memorize, but it's something that you need to know where your resource is in case you need to refer to it to make sure that you're using those parentheses correctly within your writing. And of course, if you ever have any questions or need support, please let me know. I'm happy to help.